Welcome back here with us on Times Now, viewers, and you're watching our continuing coverage of the elections, the polling that's currently underway in parts of West Bengal and in Tamil Nadu. What we are getting you right now are latest updates from West Bengal. Phase 1 polling is currently underway, but there are reports of violence as well. We have got reports of violence from Murshidabad. Earlier, clashes were reported between workers of the Trinamool Congress and the workers of Humayun Kabir's political party. And then we got visuals, dramatic visuals of stone pelting. There you can see on your screens right now in the middle, you've got visuals of stones being pelted by some people in Murshidabad, and then cops resorting to mild Lathicharge to control the situation. So this is what is happening in Murshidabad right now. It is the first phase of polling that's currently underway. Voter turnout till 11 a.m. has been around 41%, but there are incidents of violence that have been reported as well. Let's go across to our guests who are joining us on the broadcast. We have Madhvi Agrawal, spokesperson, Kolkata BJP. We have with us R. Rajgopalan, who's a senior journalist, Advocate Niladri Bhattacharya, lawyer and political analyst. Also joining us is Sabha Naqvi, senior journalist. Thank you very much, all of you. Appreciate you joining us here on Times Now. Advocate Niladri Bhattacharya, to you first. I mean, what is really happening in Murshidabad? We thought because of heavy deployment of central forces and of course the police from West Bengal, the situation this time is going to be better. We hope that the elections are going to be peaceful this time. But what will you say about what we are witnessing right now? Clashes between TMC workers and workers of Humayun Kabir's party?
Well, see, Hina, it's the absolute fault and the failure of the Election Commission, who fails to read the writing on the wall and are not aware of the ground realities. This is the first time we have seen a record number of deployment of central forces. And even after such a record deployment, if this is the condition, then I have nothing else to say. It's a very sad day for democracy. Number two, Hina, just give me 30 seconds.
Okay, finish your point.
Secondly, the way Humayun Kabir has done with the Muslim, trying to split the Muslim votes, and with the sting operation we have seen asking money from the BJP to divide the Muslim vote, it is the anger of the people which he has fallen prey to. Okay. It is the wrath of the people are falling on him, who has tried to buy out the Muslim votes with a petty amount of money. Okay. That is what is exactly happening.
What will you say about the presence of TMC workers? What will you say about TMC workers attacking, targeting the workers of Humayun Kabir's party and Humayun Kabir's leaders and their vehicles? What about that?
Hina, see, whether they're TMC workers or any other workers or people, normal people who have been deceived by Humayun Kabir cannot be decided by seeing this footage.
Okay. माधवी अग्रवाल, आप किस तरह से रिस्पॉन्ड करेंगे एडवोकेट नीलाद्री भट्टाचार्य को, क्योंकि अब पूरा ओनस जो है इलेक्शन कमीशन पर डाला जा रहा है?
Actually, unfortunately, there is nothing new in Bengal. Ensuring the election in Bengal are conducted without the violence is the big challenge for everyone. That's why this time the Election Commission has formulated all the policies based on previous election. While election are being held in 5 states, but Bengal election are getting the most attention. We are always facing this kind of situation in Bengal. This is very unfortunate for the democratic country. The Bengal state condition is really very unfortunate. When people are going for voting, they are facing this kind of violence in Bengal, which is always, we are raising this point as a BJP member, BJP worker. We are always getting this point in front of the Bengal people. But this is really very unfortunate in the Bengal. There is always we can see the all election, right, which is happening.
Sabha Naqvi, how will you like to respond to the visuals that we are getting from Murshidabad? I mean, just look at what's happening. You've got some people, what we have learned from, my colleagues tracking the story, saying that these are TMC workers who are hurling stones, who are carrying sticks in their hands, and actually cops had to also, intervene. They had to resort to mild lathi charge to control the situation. What do you make of what we are seeing right now?
First of all, I object to talking about Bengal. Bengal has given us Jana Gana Man. Bengal has given us Vande Mataram. Bengal has given us the greatest thinkers of democracy. So let's not. Having said that, let's look at Murshidabad. Number one, Who is Humayun Kabir? Why did he become famous? First, he was a former policeman who joined the TMC, and he was thrown out in a year after he said he's going to build a Babri mosque on a border. Who was inciting him to do it? I don't know. Then he got thrown out. After that, he said he's forming his own party, and Asaduddin Owaisi's party, even a CPM leader met him. He said, I'm forming my own party, and it was designed to cut the votes of the Trinamool Congress. Unfortunately, he got caught in a sting where the sting seemed to suggest he had taken 200 crores and it was going to be upwards of 1,000 crores from a very rich party in India for splitting votes and creating chaos. So Mr. Humayun, but he's a former policeman, and he's a one-term, short-lived term TMC thrown out. That is his role. Now, what is his relevance? All elections. It's not about sitting here and getting so outraged by violence. There has been violence over the years. I've seen violence in many places. Okay, and what is his role is to disrupt. Please understand, he's nothing if he can't disrupt the elections. He's nothing if he cannot become a target for violence or be an excuse for violence. He has tried to bribe. He has tried to instigate communal sentiment. He's tried everything.
Okay.
He could have just been arrested. And by the way, let me also put this on the record. This is a district where thousands of people have lost their voting rights. There is something happening in the Bengal election which the world is writing about, by the way. It's not just us. You cannot say Soros media. The world is writing about what has gone on selectively in seats in Bengal. So, and that Murshidabad is one of the districts, but that is not linked to this. This episode, from what I can make out, is linked to Humayun Kabir. All you need to do is put a chronology of facts. Put it on your screen and the story is self-evident.
Okay. Mr. R. Rajgopalan, if he is out there to disrupt, then at whose behest is he doing it, and why is he being allowed to do it, and who will this disruption really benefit in Murshidabad?
Instigated by TMC, because the Supreme Court pulled up Madam Mamta Banerjee. She wants to take the revenge. TMC workers have hit this, Humayun Kabir. And whatever my previous speaker said, I totally rejected, because it's all only concoction. How can you say SIR? SIR has nothing to do with this. SIR has been appreciated. Each and every court has gone into that. SIR is not done by Election Commission. Now it is under the purview of Supreme Court. So therefore, Supreme Court punished Madam Mamta Banerjee. She also intervened in the Enforcement Directorate. They also pulled up Election Commission, Enforcement Director. Why do you go and barge in like that? So therefore, Madam Mamta Banerjee wants to take a revenge against the Election Commission and Supreme Court. That is why she is instigating this violence. And it is only one portion, not the entire West Bengal. It's only one pocket. So therefore, they knew that it was coming. And my point is, Mamta Banerjee is losing. This is the indication.
Okay. Sabha Naqvi, will you like to respond? Then I'll go across to Advocate Niladri Bhattacharya.
Personal, I have too many things to explore. I don't respond to personal charges. But however, I think the Bengal is a very fiercely fought election, because it seems as if Mamta Banerjee is in the opposition, whereas she's actually trying for a fourth term. It is self-evident. We can deny it, that the BJP has every agency at its disposal. The political consultant of the Trinamool Congress has been raided. I covered a seat in South Bengal. A friend of mine is contesting from the BJP. His opponent is facing an income tax raid. I went there and I saw all of it. I saw the troops landing. I've covered many elections in my lifetime, including earlier in Bengal. I've not seen anything like this. And the tragedy of voters who have lost their vote. There are many, and it's not just Muslims, so don't define it like that.
Right.
There are many people who have just sat back and lost their vote. There is something called in which bureaucrats sat there and removed it, what was called logical discrepancy.
Okay.
It is a shocking thing. In this case, for this round of violence, I'm saying to you, who is Humayun Kabir? Did you know about him before this?
Okay.
the chronology. He wanted to build a
Well,
Babri
we all know
mosque
his
here.
claim to fame clearly is his proposal to construct a Babri type of mosque. So we all know how the controversy really started. But I'm just requesting all of you to stay on with us. I want to quickly go across to my colleague Pooja as well, who's been tracking the situation on the ground very, very closely. Pooja, can you bring us up to speed with what has happened already and what's happening right now?
Well, the first 2 hours of polling was quite peaceful. We've known that up until 9 a.m. things were absolutely smooth across 152 seats which went for polls today. But as we advance during the day, we've seen in parts of Murshidabad where violent clashes broke out between Humayun Kabir's party, Aam Janata Unnayan Party and Trinamool Congress. Remember, there was a report from Noida, one of the constituencies from which Humayun Kabir is contesting, that his party's polling agent is not being allowed to sit inside the polling booth. As soon as he received the information, he came running to the Noida seat and visited that particular polling station. He ensured that his polling agent sits inside the booth, and thereafter, clashes erupted between the Trinamool Congress party workers and also his party workers.
Okay, Pooja, stay on with us. I'm requesting my guests to also please stay on with us because we will slip into a very, very short break right now. We'll be back with lots more from Tamil Nadu as well. Clashes were reported in parts of Chennai too. We'll get you more and what's happening in West Bengal after a very short break. Stay with us.